This video is for an assignment for a subject called Speaking for Transactional Function. The theme for this assignment is expressing disagreement. Therefore, I challenge you, the viewers, to spot the expressions of disagreements in this video. Mention it in the comment section. And if I like your comment, it means that you're right. So, here we go. Enjoy the video. Woo, brother. I'm getting sick of these homeworks, man. Ever since they announced the quarantine and told us to learn from home, the amount of homeworks have been skyrocketed more than I've ever received before.
I'm not going to tell you to relax or chill out because I experienced those stuff too. And it's getting worse when we enter the new semester. They came like a wave, crushing and smashing my sanity, not gonna lie.
All of these quarantine things, they make learning becomes less interesting because I can't directly discuss with my classmates. Surely we can do it online, but it didn't feel good at all. I'm getting all burned out because of all these. I think they should start opening the school gates now, since it's been a year since the first time they announced the pandemic, so we're already get used to it. What do you think about it, bro?
We all did, bro, believe me. The problem and difficulties of cannot having important things like have troubled us more than anticipated. But I do not agree with that statement that we should reopen schools and college, even it somehow contradicts with the current outside world situation.
Well, yeah, I understand that when we decide to open the schools, we'll also face the risk of getting infected. But to blatantly refuse the idea of reoperating things back to normal out of fear of getting infections, it's just like underestimating our own capability to handle the pandemic. You know, there are a lot of other institutions aside from education that are reoperating things again in this situation, right?
Yes. Although, what kind of institution to be exact?
Public service institutions, the place where you create your IDs, or the police department, or even banks, and many other kinds of institutions. If all of them were afraid of starting over due to COVID and decided to stay at home, our society would surely collapse since the economy won't be moving at all, right?
Ah, I see. Well, those places you mentioned, they are not as crowded as school and colleges. There is also a limitation for how many and how much people can enter and operate there.
I see, brother. But we surely know that parks, malls, and even traditional markets are places that can generate more crowds than schools, right? We also have the COVID-19 safety protocol to ensure that our previous activities that requires going outside can be done with the smaller risk of getting infected.
Like vaccination?
Yeah, that is one of them.
If we plan to reopen schools and colleges based on that, we're endangering the students, including us, because your life and mine are matter. Sure, we can risk it, right?
I think the government had thought about the danger of COVID. That's the main reason why they created all of these new rules and also the safety protocol to minimize the risk while having our wheel of economy and the nation's well-being become stable again.
I stand with that. Yet, have you ever heard the saying rules were made to be broken?
Well, I've heard that many times before, but in a very serious situation like this, where there will be deaths and sickness, so I think it is not necessary for us to say rules are made to be broken. I think we should stay put and obey all of the rules if we want to survive.
What I'm trying to say is, if we force to reopen schools and colleges, how can we ensure that the risks are low? If we plan with the base of practicing health protocols, then what's the difference with having it online? About the marketplace and others, people often do violation towards it. Adults can do it, but how about the children? They follow what they see. It's not a secret, and that is what I'm afraid of.
I do understand your point, brother. In fact, it is also one of my concern. But we have to understand the big difference between a school and a market. and that is the subjects. A market can have different people interacting to each other every single day, right? So it is going to be really hard to monitor them, to monitor how they obey the protocols or to monitor their health conditions after they interact with other people. But a school is different. A school have a fixed number of students and they also have the identity of each of these students. So trying to control or monitor the students' behavior towards the safety protocol or trying to monitor their health is very much possible. Just like what previously being held at my school, where the 12th graders were having an offline class, and all of the activities were arranged carefully by the school. The way they would sit, the way they would wear their masks, and the way they sanitize themselves, all of them were carefully arranged so that it can be done in the right way according to the protocol. And it was a major success. All of the students were able to learn offline again, and they can go home safely without having any serious issues.
I can't argue with that. You're right. Still, something feels odd from the perspective of their parents and the thinking of young generations.
So I'm really sorry for not agreeing with you, brother. I'm staying true to what I believe. I think school should be opened real soon. All we need to do is carefully arranging and planning on how we should do it in this situation.
Of course, I do not disagree with you. I have my own beliefs as well to hold.
But it's really nice to talk about this. Hearing different point of view, hearing your view towards this topic makes me understand that paying attention to the risk of our actions is very important. So thank you for your willingness to participate in today's conversation.
Well, there are things to be discussed more in the future. Let's see how the world will go from this point. Anyway, it's nice to hear others' opinion. Someday, maybe we can get back that freedom of ours.
Yeah, let's just stay alive and try to survive until all of us have figured out how to deal with this situation in the right way. So that's the end of today's conversation, and I'll see you later.